Hello, in this video we're gonna see three exercises about the if statement, how to use it in Java, and how does it affect our execution inside our program. The first exercise asks us to write a program that declares two integer variables, x and y, initializes them to 0, then it reads the value of variable y and assigns 1 to x if y is greater than 0. Finally, it prints the value of variable x. So first of all, of course, we're going to use a scanner. We're going to ask the user for the value of y. Then we're going to take it using the in.nextInteger. And as it is stated here, we're going to test the value of y if it is greater than 0 or not. Because based on the answer, we're going to execute the statement. So here, if y greater than 0, okay, in case if it is true, we will execute x equal to 1. If it is not true, we will not enter into the x equal to 1. Let's see the example, and then we will elaborate more on the code. So if I give 10, the value of x is 1. If I give it -1 here, it gave us x equals 0. Why is it still 0? Because it didn't enter into this statement. As I have explained in the previous video about the if statement, here we could use it without the braces because the if statement has only one statement. So it is okay to use the statement here without braces because the if statement always considers the first statement after it as a statement that belongs to it. To make sure it is running correctly, here we'll say 10 gave us equal to 1. Then we will use the -10, 100 for instance. It still keeps x equal to 0. In exercise 2, here we have to write a program that reads the salary and the performance level of an employee between 0 and 100. Then it increases the salary by 3% if the performance level is greater than or equal to 90. So, of course, we're gonna use the scanner. Then we're gonna ask for the performance level between 0 and 100. And then we're gonna ask for the base salary to be entered. Of course, we will use the scanner in.nextInteger. And then we're gonna make our condition. So if the performance level is greater or equal to 90, we will execute the statement as they have asked. We will increase the salary by 3%. So how do we increase the salary? We multiply the salary by the percentage, then we add it to the original salary. This statement can be more comprehensive if we did it like this. For instance, integer percentage is equal to sal times 3 divided by 100, and then we will say here like this, plus percentage. Okay, so it's the same thing will happen here. Let's make sure. Okay, enter performance level, let's say 91, base salary 1000 gave us 1030. Now we will run it and give it a salary, a performance level lower than 90. So it kept the same salary because it didn't enter into the if statement. So to recap, this statement should output either true or false. For the true, it will execute the statements next to the if statement. If it is false and we don't have an else, it will do nothing. If we have an else, it will execute the statement inside the else. Let's see the third example. Here, we're going to have to write a program, Java program that prompts the user to enter the width and length for a rectangle, then to enter the width and length for a second rectangle, and finally it displays a message stating which rectangle, the first or the second, has a greater area. Note that there are three cases. Why do we have three cases? Because of course we have greater, less, or they are equal. So how do we execute this program? Very simple. We're using the scanner. Enter first length, the width for the first rectangle. We have these variables now. Then you'll use the second statements to enter the values for the width and length of the second rectangle, and then we're gonna use the condition. So if length 1 times width 1 greater than length 2 then times width 2, this means that the rectangle 1 is the bigger. Length 1 times width 1 less than the other multiplication, then the rectangle 2 is the bigger. If they are equal, then of course they are equal. We can write this statement in a different way. We could use if, then else, of course else if, and then here we could use an else without using this. Okay, so as you can see, if the first statement is true, execute this. Else, if the second statement is true, execute this. If neither this neither this are true, so definitely they are equal the two rectangles. Let's execute. First rectangle 10, 20, 30, 40. Here, of course, the rectangle 2 is bigger. Then we'll do it in the reverse. Now 1 is bigger. Then we'll do the 40, 30, 40, 30, and these two rectangles are the same. So as you can see, the if we wrote it if alone, it worked. If else also worked, but we have to make sure that the else is something that neither the other one have applied or have replied to the answer. Okay, I hope you liked the video. Please don't forget to subscribe.